this is Charles Onyett with IGN. I'm here with Ryan McCaffrey.
Hello.
And we are looking at the latest look at what's coming up in Skyrim. This is DLC number 3, the third downloadable content if you don't know what DLC means. It's called Dragonborn.
And the second big one, too. That's what's kind of a little surprising compared to previous Bethesda games.
Yeah, it's a major DLC. So this is coming to Xbox first, and it'll cost $20. So it's going to be much bigger than Hearthfire.
The second $20 download.
Everyone's favorite Hearthfire, right? No? But yeah, it'll be on Xbox 360 on December 4th, and it seems like from the trailer what the storyline will focus on is an emerging Dragonborn,
yes.
who you will in some way come to fight. So he's back in the land and apparently has the same or some of the same powers that you do. So it could be a very interesting adversary to basically go Dragonborn v Dragonborn in the world.
So I guess he'll be using shouts against you at some point, I would presume.
And it also goes to a new location, so it's not going to be entirely within Skyrim. You go to the island of Solstheim, and sorry if I pronounced that horribly.
I was waiting for you to give that pronunciation a shot.
Yeah, and so this was seen in the Blood Moon expansion to Morrowind, so that's why you see some of the environment types here.
Yeah, that's why
here you go, giant mushrooms and things like that you may be familiar with if you're a longtime Elder Scrolls fan.
Yeah, I watched this and went, hey, this reminds me of Morrowind, and this is why.
Yeah, and it's just to the north and the east of Skyrim. Still a little bit snowy there, but yeah, you obviously see some different environment types. Also this stone, which shows up a couple times in this trailer, which seems like it could be fairly important, the glowing stone in the center there, to the storyline. We see a little bit more of an explosive view, I guess you could say, of this later on.
Yes.
And as we go through, what you'll see some new weapon types. You'll also see this, which is interesting.
What? Hold on a second. What is going on right here?
So you're just reading a book. You're just like, oh, hey, a book. I'm gonna check this out. And then
magic snake comes out.
And then tentacle things. Immediately tentacle things. Not what you expect when you go to pick up a book and you're just reading a good story. All of a sudden, tentacle attack.
Never reading again.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that was the intention of that, is to discourage you from ever reading. But then we also go, there are a lot of dream-style sequences throughout the Elder Scrolls, a lot of more fantastical content, and that's what this appears to be. As you can see the pages kind of flying all over the place, you see this path unfolding before you, so it seems like there will be many more crazier events within this world, some levitation within a tower there.
Remember that awesome mission in Oblivion when you went inside the painting?
Yes, actually, that was an amazing mission, and that's kind of what this sequence is reminding me of. There are actually a lot of tentacles in this trailer, which may have something to do with Hermaeus Mora, who is the Daedric Prince of Knowledge and Memory, which may actually have something to do with how you need to determine how to defeat or fight the new Dragonborn. So that may be what is involved with that book there as well, and the tentacles.
So yeah, it's also indicative of why books are reaching out to try and kill you.
Here, this is particularly cool because this armor set is something, here, I'll just forward that. There we go. This armor set that appears to be some kind of spectral armor with a lot of spikes on it, and it's overlaid over a new armor set as well. So you do get a look at some of the new things that you'll be tracking down and wearing in combat in this particular expansion. Yeah,
my big hope with this expansion, if I'm spending another $20 on this game, because we've already spent $80 between the game itself and then the original expansion pack.
Yeah, the price is definitely going up.
I need.
We'll
come back to this
spoilers,
in a second.
spoilers.
But I need some higher level armor. I need some higher level gear, which the first expansion I really feel like did not give me.
And you're talking about Dawnguard.
Yes.
Yeah. So this appears to be bone mold armor, but still unconfirmed. But that's what the pattern appears to be. Now that's the armor sitting underneath the spectral armor. I'm not sure what that armor is. Maybe it's a new shout. Maybe it's conjured. I don't know. We are not sure yet. But here, upcoming, is a major feature. Here's well, first of all, appears to be a new dragon type, a blue dragon.
Yeah. What was the one thing everybody said when they first played Skyrim? Why can't I ride a dragon?
Why I know fly dragon. I believe that was it. Is that accurate?
That's pretty close.
Okay. Well, here you go. You can hop onto a dragon, and here's that explosive version I was talking about. There you can see that around the same glowing stone something blows up. But yeah, you can apparently ride dragons in this downloadable content. Now, the exact rules of this, obviously there are a lot of implications about this.
Yeah, that could horribly game-breaking ones potentially.
Yeah. So is there a dragon skill tree? How do you actually where can you call a dragon down to actually mount? Can you do that anywhere?
Like hailing a cab in GTA 4.
I think it's the same thing. Yes. So you can choose to quick travel through. You can just hang out and look at the sights or something like that. But yeah, in terms of where you can actually fly, to what degree you have control, what attacks you have in the air, everything like that. We don't really get a sense of that here. We can just sort of see him hopping on top of the dragon, then it doesn't even take off in that instance. Here we see
New enemy.
Some scenes of combat, again with the tentacles,
yes,
associated with the Daedric Prince in this case, I think, if it is Hermaeus Mora that plays a role in this to some degree. Here we see an additional armor set, which has a particular, I want that helmet. I would very much like that helmet. That would be awesome. But
it's like a tiger helm.
Yeah, it's got a really cool kind of headpiece. So that's another armor set to look forward to.
Another new enemy.
More combat here, and then
more new enemies.
We do see these are kind of diseased corpus monsters that we see here. In addition to this sword, which appears to be a new type of sword as well. So we do see a lot of
inscription written on it. Did you see that?
Let me go back to that. Oh, I skipped ahead slightly. I can't read that. if that is writing,
it looks like words to me.
I unfortunately cannot.
I could be wrong.
Cannot read that. But here we see another armor set, and this is also something that fans should be used to. This is whoops, I went right ahead to these guys. This is Stalrim armor. Stalrim armor? I don't know, maybe I'm pronouncing that incorrectly. But
I trust you.
And I'm referring to the one on the right here. And
yes.
I think we can also, if I get to the right point, see that it's also a Stalrim weapon. Yeah, you can sort of see there on the sword the same kind of coloring and material.
You're about to get poked in the back by a pike there.
On the weapons. And also, yes, there's another new weapon type that we will see coming up here. You will notice all of the enemies are carrying spears. So it appears that spears are the new weapon, and also that appears to be a new shield in the bottom left too. But
and I don't remember fighting anything that was riding a boar-like creature.
Yes, these are Reiklings. Again, pronunciation. Please make fun of me in the comments. Reiklings. I believe it's Reiklings.
Todd Howard, drop us a line and let us know what we're supposed to say.
It should be a familiar enemy type to long-term Elder Scrolls fans. Here, yeah, mounted, interesting. I would assume you cannot take them out. But they are carrying spears, so maybe there will be a spear-related skill tree. Maybe that will just be incorporated into one of the existing ones. My guess would be it would just be incorporated into something.
I suspect so.
But it is cool to see a new weapon type in this case, because we did get the crossbows in Dawnguard, and here we get spears. So you get a new option this way. So we move through, we see some more combat, and then this
is on the money right here.
This is interesting, because here we get, first of all, I mean, obviously, very pretty. It's the full in-flight shot of you riding a dragon, and this appears to be Skyrim. High Hrothgar, if I'm correct, if the building in the top there, if I'm reading the profile of that correctly. So, I mean, it would appear that I guess you can ride a dragon in the main world.
I don't want to get anybody's hopes up. What my devil's advocate thought here is,
how dare you?
What if that's a cutscene? That could very well be a cutscene.
You're destroying this for me.
I'm sorry. I'm just trying to manage expectations. No, that's all.
That's very true. This could be a scripted moment. You may not have free reign to just fly wherever within Skyrim, but it remains a possibility with this hint here. Again, no attacks from the air necessarily, and then we see a scene here
Dragon Soul
of what I believe is the enemy. Maybe not, or is this you? I don't know. It's just you in a new armor set, or that is the original Dragonborn, who's also.
We can hear Max von Sydow. There's another name I can't pronounce. You can hear his VO if you listen to this. He's saying that he was the original. So I think that's your enemy.
Yeah, the first Dragonborn
Yeah.
essentially is what's being referenced on the audio there. So
Even that mask is kind of tentacly.
yeah, you do. There's definitely there are a lot of tentacle references in this.
Is tentacly a word?
It could be.
Tentacly.
It seems like it should be, if it's not. Yeah, so that appears to be your villain, and then we fade out to the title, which is Dragonborn, which makes sense.
Yeah. You know, in all seriousness, this one has me. I really enjoyed Dawn Guard, but this has me a lot more excited. This trailer is a really good trailer, and it seems like I'm going to be able to do some really, really fun, cool things.
Yeah, and it does seem much more epic in scope, I guess. And giving things like dragon riding could have a pretty significant effect on how you interact with the world.
Absolutely.
As we mentioned, 360 on December 4th.
Right.
No word yet on PC.
So-
on the PC version, of course, that'll probably. I mean, if
a
what's
month to 2 months later, given the past history, right? And
Yeah.
then a month to never on PS3.
oh, sorry, PS3 users, we still don't know what's going on with DLC on
You know,
PS3.
yeah, does Bethesda just keeps angering PS3 owners with each successive downloadable content release?
Yeah, so hopefully we get an update on that soon. But for more Dragonborn coverage, you can keep checking back with IGN.
And there'll be a lot more.